ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Know Your Competition series. This is part 2. In this series, what we do is we go look at things that are listed for sale. We look at vacant land and we determine if it's a good listing, a bad listing, what can be improved, what I don't like about the listing, pretty much everything to do with the marketing aspect. And it's really just to help you guys understand what makes a good listing and understand why a listing might be bad, why something will sell quickly and why something will not sell quickly. Basically, we're just looking at the competition. So I'm just going through Houston. I figure we just go down here and we would try to find some things like a cluster of parcels. I like this little subdivision right here because it looks smaller and there's actually quite a few things listed. So right off the bat, I see a couple pictures that I like and a couple that I do not like. So this should actually be a good one. So you guys can see things that are good and bad. Most of the time, you're just going to see bad listings, to be honest. And what I don't like about this website is because when I zoom in, they start disappearing. So already off to a bad start where Facebook Marketplace has an advantage. Another thing that I like about Facebook Marketplace is you have a title. So if we just don't even look at these pictures, you'll notice that it's pretty much just price if you're just looking at the map. So it's kind of hard to set yourself apart without a title. That's where selling on Facebook Marketplace does give you an edge because you do have access to things like a title. But yeah, I guess we'll start with this one right here. So this one's 20,000. It's right in the middle of all of these. Let's click on it. This one has 7 pictures. So that's a decent amount. And these pictures look like it is not just taken off Google Maps. It looks like it has probably been taken in person. Now, there is a couple things that I don't like. It looks like this is an extreme wetland because I see water kind of just throughout the property. I think that's just a big chunk of water just sitting in a divot in the road. So I probably would have not taken a picture of that. In terms of description, I mean, all I get is that it's near some place called Freeport. I haven't heard of it, so it's probably a small city, to be honest. No mention of utilities. In the pictures, we don't get a drone shot. At least we get pictures of the road access, although that water in the road is kind of a turnoff. It is a super small lot. Yeah, I mean, nothing really to go off of here. This is probably going to sit on market for a very long time, probably like a year, just because you can see a lot of the water in these pictures. I would try to kind of hide the water a little bit in the pictures to make it look more appealing. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10 because I'm not looking at the quality of pictures of there's water there, because if I was going to do that, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the property. That's not really the owner's fault. I mean, these are some decent pictures. I don't see any flagging tape or anything, so it's going to be hard to know the exact boundaries, which is a problem. But that's a very common thing that you'll see on these MLS listings. No one's going to have flagging tape on their property. That's just something that you can do to stand out and be better than the rest of them. So, yeah, not my favorite. Let's go to this one right here. This one looks like it could be a beautiful listing. I'm not sure if this is just a picture of the lake or if this is a lakefront property. More than not, if the picture is on a lake, it's probably just a picture of the nearby lake. It's not actually lakefront. And I'm right, so they kind of lured me in with this one. But it looks like it's just a corner lot and it looks pretty wooded. Although this picture right here looks okay, it's just kind of hard to tell if that's like the whole property because there's just a bunch of trees right here. So actually this listing is pretty bad. 72 days. I feel like 72 days, it might be time to start consider lowering price. In terms of description, 1/4 acre lot, and that's it. The rest of this is literally just fluff. All I learned is that it was 0.25 acres, but I kind of see that right here and it actually doesn't match. So yeah, the L listing, I think this one's worse than the last one because it just catfished me with the beautiful lake. And I thought, we were going to start off hot with these ones, but the description is pretty bad on both, and this one's just a complete catfish. Now we have these 3 right here, which I promise you are going to be just absolutely terrible. On this one right here, at least we have a little bit of a description, although all I got here was that there is no HOA and it's non-restricted. So, I mean, at least there's that. That is a big selling point, but non is actually spelled wrong. Non-restricted area, so that's not even spelled correctly. I mean, there's no pictures of it. I don't even see a single tree. I mean, I guess this is okay, like showing the parcel ID and the street that it's located on, but if I'm not seeing it, like at least a tree, you can see this on Google Maps. So if they're not even putting the effort to show a Google Maps picture, I mean, this is pretty pathetic of a listing. It's pretty much just as bad as it gets. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 just because it says it's in an area with no HOA and it's completely unrestricted, because that is a huge selling point. But 83 days on Redfin, it's probably going to be on there for a lot longer. I don't think this one is going to sell for months from now. Now, this one right here. So it's pretty much the same thing, just has like the property ID and the shape. At least it has the dimensions. That's okay, I guess. The other one didn't have that. So that's kind of a bonus here. All I'm seeing is that it is a corner lot, and it's actually doesn't even look like it's a corner lot because there's a lot actually more in the corner of these two roads. So that's actually a lie. And also, I mean, at least it says without thinking about the HOA, but it doesn't have any other restrictions. Like the other one said it was completely non-restricted. This one just says without an HOA. And keep in mind, there cannot be an HOA or a POA for somewhere, but there still could be restrictions. So this one, I'm going to give it a 1 just because it literally just lied. It said it was a corner lot, but it's not. So that's kind of silly. Again, not much to go off of there. This one, I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much the same thing. So, yep, this listing, automatic 1, it just shows the plat map and the access is dirt road. So that's the only thing that I got from here, that the access was dirt road. I guess they kind of added a picture, but again, I don't really know what this is supposed to be because I can't even see the name of the road or anything. So I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know if the property's here. Really bad listing. This one is also 1 out of 10. And I know you guys didn't hear me giving out 1 out of 10s in the Facebook Marketplace episode. So it's just kind of funny to think about that. The MLS is supposed to be the most professional way to sell something, and it still has listings that are actually worse than the average Facebook Marketplace listing. So this one right here, again, no useful information. Buyer to verify the restrictions and utilities. I hate that this is said, because if you're selling the lot, you should know the restrictions and you should know the utilities. Don't make your buyer go out and do that research on their own, because it just lowers the value. Like if you market good, you can actually sell things for higher prices, but this thing's probably never going to sell. It looks like there is a for sale sign, so that is actually useful. I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 10 just because there is a for sale sign, so I can tell what lot that I'm looking at on the Google Maps pictures. And this picture actually isn't that bad, to be honest. I mean, it shows the road. It looks like it's paved. I wish there was flagging tape, but again, that's a luxury that you're not going to see on any MLS listing, to be honest. So yeah, 2 out of 10. We'll look at this $32,000 one because there is a little realtor sign, which is good. It's a good sign. The pictures though are pretty bad. I mean, this tree looks like it's about to fall over. The lots have no restrictions, great selling point, and the rest is left information. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. And it's still like a below average listing compared to a lot of the ones on Facebook Marketplace. But what you'll notice is it says that it's no restrictions, all caps. That's good because that's one of the biggest selling points. It has the address right here, which is good information, I guess, although I can see that right here. It says that it's 2 lots together for sale, which, I mean, sometimes, I mean, that's good information. It's not like super important because I can see the total size anyway, but at least they mentioned it. And it does have a realtor sign, which is good because if I'm going out there to check it out in person, I want to know what I'm looking at. So 4 to 10, I want to go and look and maybe find something that's like maybe 50K or less and try to find one good listing, man. That would be nice. Let's look at this one right here. So this one right here, $25,000, 0.81 acres. Let's look at the pictures. Good aerial view, but I don't see like the property marked out like right here. I would like to see it marked out like this in every drone shot. Looks like it's this thing right here is on it, whatever this is. So it's like riverfront, which is interesting. These are good pictures. I would like to get one on the street level to maybe see the condition of the road a little bit better, but I think it's a dirt road. I can't really tell, but it looks like it's in good condition from up here. So electric poles on site. It's already touching on utilities. Private waterway at the back of the property, great selling point, complete with a pond that's ready to be stocked. So it also shows like the subdivision. This might be like an HOA. It shows like the HOA or subdivisions, like public stuff. Usually if there's public stuff, it is in an HOA. So yeah, not bad. Let me see if it's in an HOA. Here it is. So it is in an HOA. So it's $33 a month. So now the issue is I don't know what the restrictions are. So I don't know if I can put an RV on here. I don't know if it's like mobile homes are allowed. I don't know if it's site built only. So that's the only issue I have with this listing. The rest of it is good, but that's a huge pet peeve of mine, not seeing the restrictions, especially if there's an HOA. If that was on there, I probably would have given this one like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. But since I don't see the mention of any restrictions, that is a problem. So I'm going to give this one like a 7. So it gets knocked down like 3 points just for that. So I'm glad I got to show you guys at least one listing that was above average and pretty good. Yeah, I'm seeing some decent ones now, but these are all kind of expensive. I want to find one that's like maybe $12,000. That is a really good listing to show you guys like something realistic that you can copy. But I'm probably going to be searching a really long time because it's hard to find something like that on the MLS. So again, I'm not seeing like any drone shots. See, what you'll notice is a lot of these listings don't have any drone pictures, so that is kind of annoying. Like if you had a listing for 15,000 and you had a drone shot, it would stand out so much because none of your competition is doing any of that. So I zoomed out super far because I just want to find one listing where it's like $15,000 and it has a drone shot right here. So this is an example of a property that you could probably easily replicate because a lot of your deals are going to be smaller parcels like this that you're picking up for $1,000 and you're reselling for like 11K, right? So let's look at the pictures. So drone shot, that's perfect. That's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted to show you because it's so hard to find something like this. It really stands out. What I don't like is that there is no picture of the road because it looks like there is a small road, but it looks really small, man. It's kind of hard to see how wide it is. So that's something that's going to dock this listing down a little bit. So in terms of description, right off the bat, I see no restrictions. That is perfect. That is the selling point I was looking for. And in parentheses, it shows manufactured mobile container homes allowed. So, I mean, that's good. It's good to be very specific because a lot of people have never bought land before. So you want to explain it like you're explaining it to a 5-year-old in your listing. So that way people can really understand what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this one like a 6 out of 10. I like that there are drone shots. I dislike strongly that there is no picture of the road. Now, with the last listing with the drone shot, the road was much easier to see because there wasn't any trees, so it's not as big of a problem. Now, with this one, the road, there's so many trees, it's really hard to see the condition of it. So that's the biggest problem. But yeah, so while I finish up this video, I'm just going to scroll and then you guys can take a look at some cover pictures while I'm talking. But again, it's a good idea to start looking at the MLS and Facebook marketplace. And the reason I made this video is really just to show you your level of competition is not very good. So it's super easy to outmarket people and get more money than them for a very similar property just because you marketed it so much better. That's the main takeaway of this video. So keep that in mind. I would say do your own research before you start buying properties just so you start really understanding how to sell properties because that's the most important part. If you can't sell properties, you're never going to make any money. This is one of the most important parts to land flipping. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video, so peace out.